What were we talking about?
We're talking about jits. And
Talking about money.
Money. I thought there was something else in there. I thought there was something else in there somewhere.
Do you have any topics that you thought about? Because I definitely didn't.
I definitely had one a couple days ago. I can't remember what it was.
Shit, dude, how's the brand doing?
Pretty good. It's going like way further than I ever. Shit, go lay down. Kind of way further than I ever thought it really would. Like, we're actually making money off shit.
Really?
Which is nice, yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's not like everything's going back into it, so it's not like we're personally making money off of it yet. But
which I feel like is like kind of what you're supposed to do. So.
Yeah, definitely for the first couple of years, I feel like you're supposed to like put everything back into it, because then it just grows that much faster.
Yeah. Dude, literally all I think about is money.
Yeah.
For the last few weeks, I think for the last month. So the fucking credit shit. So the dude was saying, basically, he got his credit score up, and he used some software, or you could like kind of do it yourself over time. And there's a ton of different strategies, a bunch of ways to attach other people's credit to your credit, and your score goes up. And then you could buy either things with regular credit cards, or you can get business credit cards, and those are the ones that are like super high. And then, dude, if you guys took those, fucking dumped it into your craft. Yeah. And this shit is definitely possible.
Yeah, I mean, I would hate to do that, because I don't like the risk of, like, if it doesn't work, now I'm that much money in debt.
Yeah. What if it does? What if it does?
I like the idea more of, like, putting my own money into it.
100%?
So if it fails, like, if it fails, like, I just lost that money. I don't now owe that money.
Yeah, I guess it's a safer bet. Safer, less risky.
Yeah. I feel like it takes way longer.
Those classes are it, though.
So.
Yeah, dude. There's definitely, like... I feel like it'd be hard to find... Because I feel like the most popular people are... who give classes online are, like, definitely a little inauthentic. Yeah. So finding the people that are real is definitely difficult, but a couple of them are, and motherfuckers are making cash, bro.
Like, you watch any of Grant Cardone's stuff?
Mm-mm.
They're like, you should have 10 rental properties by the time you're 30.
Okay, that's just unrealistic, because you could have got started or later.
Bro, I hope I have one rental property by 30.
You definitely will. I also think that's important too, is like just owning assets as opposed to having a bunch of money.
Yeah. Yeah, like, I don't want to own assets. I want to have money in the bank.
So you'd rather have money in the bank than having stuff?
Oh, yeah.
For me, it's like money's like...
I mean, definitely I would have some stuff to, like, passively make me money. But, like, I want to go swipe the card on some shit.
Yeah. I'm not talking about, like, clothes. I'm talking about, like, assets that hold value, like houses and cars and shit. I feel like it'd be more beneficial to have a ton of cars than to just have the money sitting in the bank, because at least, like, money's just weird to me. I'd rather have the stuff than the numbers. You know what I mean? Because, like, the numbers is just numbers. Not because I want a bunch of stuff, but just because I'd rather not participate in whatever bullshit is happening with funds, and I'd rather just have shit.
Yeah.
I think.
I guess I would have stuff, but I wouldn't have it with the, like, the idea that it's gonna keep its value. Like, I'm gonna get the shit because I'm gonna fucking use it and enjoy the fuck out of it.
What if you can do both?
Then, yeah, like, that's a plus.
Yeah.
But Like, I'm not going to buy a Ferrari because I'm like, oh, it's going to hold its value and I can sell it.
Yeah.
I'm going to drive a Ferrari so I can drive the dog shit out of it. If I wrap that bitch around the telephone pole, I can go buy another one.
Yeah. Dude, there's dudes that I've seen that I will watch on like on the grams, and it's like a guy and his friend that own GT3 RSs and drive that shit out of them in the mountains and like tear the tires up and they'll like drift all over the city. I'm like, dude, the fucking guys can do this stuff.
That shit would be awesome, dude.
That shit is inspiring. I think. So first of all, I think we're both gonna make a lot of money, but I really do think like what'll keep niggas broke is like being jealous as opposed to being like, ooh, I could totally do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because there's a guy that'll be like, why is he driving like a dickhead? And then another guy that's like, damn, I wanna make so much money, I won't give a fuck about how much the ticket is from driving like this. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't even make enough money where I can do whatever the fuck I want. And not, like, as long as it's not illegal, not worry about the consequences. That should be awesome, dude.
You know what's crazy is, like, if politics is just ethics put into law, what is really illegal other than things that are unethical to somebody else?
Nothing. That's the whole, like, point about it.
So fucking weird.
The only way that it, like, that there, like, a line gets drawn is if you follow religion. Otherwise, it's just, well, I don't think that's bad. Or I think that's bad.
Which is why judges are crazy.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you get fucked or not based off of the morals of the judge, right?
Yeah, like if the judge feels some type of way about it, like you could get fucked just because they feel that way.
What's the solution?
Self-governing. Like all the people are responsible to the people.
Like what's that word? Self-sovereignty?
Yeah. But that only works if you have, like, it depends on the type of people.
Yeah, because self-sovereignty would kind of, also it's like kind of the opposite of I think one of the things about self-sovereignty is like, it's the complete opposite of what I believe God would want, because it's literally not only taking people away from one another, it's completely making them separate as an individual, and they have their own kind of thing. Unless you'd assume that, like, if that were the case, things would be perfect.
Yeah, like it would have to be. I don't think it would work in a, like, realistic situation. I don't think it would work. One, because how many people there are. Like,
A lot of people.
Yeah, like if you did that in the U.S., one side of the country could feel a completely different way than the other side.
Yeah, there's a lot of people with a lot of different IQs as well.
Yeah. And everybody would have to have the same ideals.
Yeah.
Or, like, follow the same religion to be able to base, like, there'd have to be set fucking rules. Which at that point, like, you just start, like, then who makes the rules?
Yeah.
It would have to be, an ideal scenario.
Joe Rogan said once, bro, that, like, he thinks that, obviously there's some geography that goes into what religion you choose to ascribe to. Like, if you're born in India, you're probably going to be Hindu. But also, they're all, past a certain point, they're all kind of nuanced. And, like, below a certain point.
Yeah.
It's like nuance, and then, wait, what am I trying to say? There's a point where it's like, God, do the best for yourself and others, and then nuance below that, and then those are the different religions. And he was saying that, like, your mind, everybody's mind fits with a specific one, and your mind might not fit with somebody else's, but that doesn't make them wrong if you come to the same conclusion. I was like, well, yeah.
Well, like, if everybody's doing good, does it really matter why they're doing good.
Yeah, exactly. Do you believe that ends justify the means?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, bro.
Like, I feel like a lot of people get it mixed, like, when they think about stuff like this, they think about it as if we live in a perfect world. But we don't. Like, yeah, in a perfect world, we wouldn't have to do this. But in a perfect world, they never would have done it.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, basically, like, if you have to do something bad to get to a good ending, like, you have to do something bad because you're in a bad position.
Yeah, and you don't have a choice.
Yeah. So they're like... You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm thinking about basically Hitler. Can you imagine? It's Germany. You're in the war. Bro, you leave the trench. You come back. Your buddies are in pieces. You come home. Everybody's dying of famine. You're fucking insane. They say you're chewing the rugs in the meetings. Somehow you're convinced that Jews, then like a few million people later, you know what I mean? Like, oh man, dude. What do you even do about shit like that? Like, there's nothing. I think there's some things that you just can't fucking stop.
Yeah. Like something was helping him do that.
Yeah.
You don't just like.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't even consciously decide to do that. That's a crazy thing, like, to consciously decide. I think it just happens, like.
I think the
things just fall in place.
And it was just like, and then 2 million. He's like, I mean, fuck it, like.
Yeah. Like, he wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm gonna climb to the top of the ranks, so all these people will follow me. So
Yeah.
Like, to get that many people, dude, that's the other thing. Like,
so many people
to get that many people to do that.
Yeah.
Because we weren't at war.
Did you know a lot of his soldiers were Jews? Like, a lot.
Dude, I was watching I'll get to that part, but like, in order to convince that many people to do, like, in a time of peace.
By the way, if you're learning something, leave a like.
Yeah. To get that many people to do something that bad during a time of peace when no one's at war.
It was during a time.
There had to be a reason where they were like, he's not totally wrong.
Yeah. I mean, if the conclusion makes sense, why would you not act?
Yeah.
But, hey, conclusion could be wrong, but hey, you know what I mean?
Because, like, you have the choice to not, like, if you're given an unlawful, like, order or whatever, well, I don't know about back then, but, like, you have the choice to refuse that order if it, like, even in the military. If your commanding officer, like, gives you that command.
Probably in America.
Yeah, like, I don't know about over there.
I don't know about Nazi Germany. I don't know if they're flying with that. What are the odds that you think that the numbers in the Holocaust have been inflated?
I don't know, dude.
So
There's a lot going on over there for a long time.
Yeah, there really was. And even if it wasn't 6 million, it's still a fucking ton. But,
Quit. Big. I was watching another video. It was like a Jewish guy, and he was like, you gotta think and he named off all the countries or whatever, but he was like, if all these countries have gotten fed up with you and kicked you out,
yeah,
and banished you, like, you gotta start thinking, are you the problem?
Yeah. I didn't know they got banished and shit.
Yeah. He was like, we've been kicked out of like 9 countries, like, over the years. And he was like, you gotta start thinking, like, are you the problem? And then he's like, then you start looking stuff up and looking at things.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's how you become a self-hating Jew.
Self-hating Jew is crazy. Why aren't you just not a Jew? So first of all, is Judaism not only a religion, is it a race or ethnicity? It can't be an ethnicity, right?
think it is.
I don't know.
People like some people like will be like, yeah, I'm Jewish. Like, what's talking nothing about religion.
Is that the only race that's both?
I don't know. Sig, quit. What's wrong with you?
Also, do you know Jesus was Jewish or not?
I think they say he was, but I honestly don't know.
I don't have a fucking clue. I want to ask the Jehovah's Witnesses. That'd be interesting.
I don't know. I feel like there's been like arguments about that.
Yeah.
Just like anything, or just like whether or not he was black or fucking white. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, literally. I think he was probably the same color as everybody else.
Yeah. I wonder if they even recognized fucking race back then.
I heard there's this environmental biologist in Jordan Peterson. They had a conversation on another Joe Rogan podcast, and the dude was saying how like his hypothesis was like racism is developed from a biological adaptation to recognize small fragmentations and like, or not fragmentations, but like differences in pigment because of the tribal times when everybody was damn near the same color. And so it was like really difficult to tell the differences between tribes in the same area. And it kind of developed into what we see now and is like inflated. That was his theory.
Yeah, because I feel like back in the day they weren't like, oh, like that's a black tribe or that's a white tribe. They were just like, oh, that's the fucking, what's it called, tribe. 3825. Damn, I'm about to get hacked.